Hey guys, this is Coach Carmen. This video is a perfect example of a warm-up you and your littles 8 and under can do easily at home. Warm-up is important for every activity that you do by warming up your muscles and increasing blood flow. Without any further ado, let's get started. So first we're going to start with 3 laps. It should be a light jog and pumping up your arms. It doesn't need to be too fast. It should be at a nice steady pace. Next is going to be bear crawls forward. So bear crawls, you want to have a wide stance with straight legs, and your hands should be flat on the ground. You can be on your toes, and I want you to try to keep going the whole time. When you've reached the end of your path, you're going to bear crawl backwards. Bear crawling backwards is a little harder because you still want to keep that wide stance with flat feet, but you have to look in between your legs and lead with your feet. Keep going, you guys. You're almost done. Nice steady pace. Keep going the whole time. After your bear crawls, you're going to do crab walks going forward. So your feet are going to be in front of you, flat feet, flat hands, and you want to keep your hips up to the sky. You don't want your bottom dragging on the ground. Again, this shouldn't be too fast. It should be a nice steady pace that you're able to keep up the whole time for warm-up. When you reach the end, you're going to crab walk backwards, leading with your feet. Leading with your hands. Everything should still be flat. Your hands are flat, your feet are flat, and your hips are up high. Almost done. And next, you're going to do your rabbit runs. So rabbit runs, you're going to be in a squat position. And you're going to slide your hands and hop your feet in. So you don't want to go too fast. Again, it wants to be a nice steady pace. Sliding your hands, hopping your feet. Your feet should be together. After rabbit runs, you're going to do frog jumps. Frog jumps, you're going to start in a squat position and you're trying to jump high rather than jumping out. Try to keep going without taking any breaks, but this does work your legs a little hard. After frog jumps, you're going to do your zombie walks as a cool down. Your zombie walk should alternate with every step, kicking your foot in the sky. The foot on the ground should be flat, and both legs should be straight. Don't sacrifice straight legs for higher kicks. Give a big thumbs up. First things first, we're going to start with arm circles. So having the body completely still, you're only going to move your arms going backwards. After 10 of those, you're going to go forwards. And personally, I think this one's a little harder because my shoulders don't like to go that way. Everything completely still. After that, we're going to move directly into 15 blinkers. Make a tight fist open, pretty fast. Right after, we're going to move on to flappers. So holding your hands right in front of you with straight arms, you're going to go down and up for 15 times. It should be quick and snappy. After 15, you're going to do 15 wipers. Hold on with me, guys. My arms are getting tired too. Left and right, or out and center is 15 of them, okay? Woo. After that, you're going to let your arms rest. Shake them out if you need to. My arms get tired easily. Next thing, we're going to work on our necks. So we want to put our ear down to one shoulder. You should be stretching the side of your neck right here. After 10 seconds, You're going to move on to the other ear, down to the other shoulder. Keeping your shoulders down, you're not meeting your shoulders to your ear. Again, stretching right here. After 10 seconds, you're going to look up to the ceiling and then down to the ground. Up to the ceiling and down to the ground. You've got to keep everything nice and centered, okay? After, you're going to look over one shoulder. Again, not moving the body, we're stretching out our neck, so we gotta, nothing else should be moving. Over the other shoulder. And see if you can find the same spot going back and back. Awesome job on warm-up, guys. Now we're gonna move on to stretching. Stretching is important to do after warm-up while the muscles are warm and to avoid injury while practicing skills. Without any further ado, let's jump in. So now we've moved on to the floor. I want you to sit on your bottoms in a big straddle. So we're going to push those knees down and squeeze them nice and tight so that they don't come up, and we're going to point those toes away. We're going to reach up nice and tall through your back, through your shoulders, through your fingers, and one arm across your belly and your other arm goes over. You don't have to reach your toe. It's more important that you're stretching out your sides right here and keeping your knees down and toes pointed. Then you're going to reach up and over to the other side, again crossing your belly and reaching over. Keeping those knees squeezed nice and tight and those toes pointed. Don't forget to breathe. And up. And then you're going to put your hands down, keeping your knees down and toes pointed. You're going to slide forward as far as you can. When those knees start to come up, you're going to freeze and then push them down. So if you're super flexible like me, you should be able to get your chin down to the ground without bringing those knees up. If you're not as flexible, that's okay, as long as you're making sure that your knees are down and your toes are pointed. As soon as you start to break form, you got to stop. Next, sitting up nice and tall, again through your back, through your shoulders, through your fingertips. You're going to sit in a pike stretch. Same thing, keeping those knees squeezed and those toes pointed. You're going to reach as far forward as you can. If you can reach your shins, that's good. If you can reach your ankles, that's great. If you can reach your toes, that's awesome. Keeping those knees squeezed, toes pointed. Squeeze those legs tight, nice and good. And next, you're going to bring your feet in for a butterfly. Feet together, you're going to flap your butterfly wings. This is a good hip stretch if you're not going to do the splits today. Then you're going to get your nose to your toes for 10 whole seconds, starting 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10. And come on up. Next, you're going to push your feet out for a diamond shape with your legs. You're going to get your nose to your toes one more time for 10 seconds. 10, 9, 8, 7, 6, 5, 4, 3, 2, 1. If you're super flexible with your hips, you should be able to get your nose all the way down to your toes. If you can't, like me, that's totally a-okay. Next is telephone. So having one foot up to your ear. This is a really good hip flexibility. Boy, I can't do it. I'm pretty close though. And up to the other side. Ooh, I think my left side's even worse. Oh boy. Woo! And you're gonna shake your legs out. And that's it for stretching. After your activity for the day, we at the Cave like to add some conditioning exercises. Conditioning is important for building muscles to successfully execute your skills. Let's do it. Jose's going to start with a Spiderman handstand crawl. So he's going to start with his hands down and he's going to walk his feet up the wall. When he's in a comfortable space, he's going to move one hand, then the other, while moving his feet at the same time. It's okay if you go nice and slow. This is an arm conditioning exercise, so the focus is on the arms. So if you go out and you go further in towards the wall, it'll be either easier or harder. He's made it across one way, now he's going to make it across the other. If you need to come down, you're just going to hop your feet down, staying in place. Take a little bit of a rest, 10 seconds, 9, 8, 7, 6, 5, 4, 3, 2, 1, and then he's going to hop back up and finish. Going nice and slow, nice and steady, slow and steady wins the race. And when he's done, he's going to hop his feet back down. We are going to mess with his plank position really quick. He's going to lay down on his belly. You're going to go down on your forearms. You're going to start with your knees down on the ground. And you want to make sure that your shoulders, your back, and your bottom are all in a nice straight line. Actually, I'm going to have Jose move this way a little bit so you can see. And he's going to go up on his toes, and he's going to go for 20 seconds. This is an abdominal exercise. So he's going to squeeze through his abdominals, keeping his bottom and his back and his shoulders in a nice straight line. And a little bit of an arm workout. So he's going to squeeze through his arms as well, keeping his legs nice and straight. And 20 seconds. Good job, Jose. Come on down. And the next thing he's going to do, he's going to do 15 jump ups. So using his arms, he's going to jump up on top of the block and back down. That counts as one. He's going to do that 15 times. It's important to use your leg muscles mostly, but arms definitely help if you have a little one who's struggling to get on top of the block. This block could be a pillow, it could be a blow-up mattress, it could be anything that has height that your little one is comfortable and able to jump up on top of. And we're going to do that whole thing one more time. The Spiderman Handstand Crawl. Jose's keeping his hands on at one distance the whole time. Having your hands farther out puts less strain on your arms. The closer your hands are to the wall, it's harder for your arms. After 2 walks across, he's going to go back into his 20-second plank. Keeping a nice straight body the whole time, and up. Keeping his shoulders, his back, and his bottom in a nice straight line, squeezing through those abdominals. "20 seconds, come on down." And for our last set of jump ups, 15 of them, please. Again, using those arms can help if you're struggling a little bit, but this is a leg workout. About halfway there, guys. Keep on going. And finished. You guys did an awesome job. You really powered through warm-up, stretching, and conditioning. I'm so proud of you for sticking it out. Thank you so much for joining me today, and I hope to see you around the cave soon.